Just because you say that you're sorry for what you did does not automatically let the pain and the scars that you have caused go away. As a matter of fact, it does not mean that the person that you offended has forgiven you. It doesn't mean that they're ready to move on. In this video, I want to share with you some lessons and some tips that the offender and the offended can use to help with the healing process. Let's have this conversation. Welcome back to our channel. I am Doran. If you're new to our channel, this is not Easily Broken. On our channel, we're all about helping you to build stronger marriages. We're all about all things relationship. We inspire you to be the best version of yourself. If this is the kind of content that you like, that you desire, then please, by all means, consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Let's get right into it. Okay, you did something wrong, or someone did you wrong, and they echo these words. I am sorry. You heard me. Saying sorry can mean a lot. Sometimes saying sorry is all you need to heal and move on. On the other hand, sometimes saying sorry is just not enough. It's just not good enough. An apology is only the start of the repair and healing process of a damaged or broken relationship. Have you ever been hurt by someone that you love and trust? You're hurting. You're bleeding. You feel devastated. You feel broken. You're wondering, how did we get here? How did this happen? You're trying to make sense of what is happening. And these are some of the things you hear coming from the person who offended you. Let's put it behind us and move on. Let's deal with it privately. I said, I'm sorry, so I don't want to talk about it anymore. You said you forgive me, so why do we have to see a counselor? Let's pray and leave it in the hand of God. If God forgave me, then you can forgive me too. I said, I'm sorry. Let's move on. I don't want to deal with it anymore. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Like, really? See, what that person does not realize is that they are hurting the person more when they use these words, especially if it is something that is devastating to the relationship, to the marriage. We see this a lot in cases of infidelity. When a spouse stepped out of the marriage and get exposed for infidelity, the cheating spouse wants the other person to quickly forgive and move on. First of all, they did not confess about it. They were exposed for what they did, which means that they were not going to tell their spouse about it in the first place. That spouse that cheated is not in any position to negotiate when the other spouse is supposed to forgive and to forget or move on. Some spouse who cheated want their spouse to be intimate with them right away. Have sex, be intimate, showing love and affection. The truth be told, sex does not make the pain go away. They start to show more interest in their spouse than they ever did before the affair. You should have been showing interest in your spouse all along. You're supposed to be zoning in and adding value to your spouse and doing everything in your power to make sure that they feel comfortable and safe in the relationship. They're doing everything to act as normal as possible. That person is eager for things to get back to normal. Well, I am sorry to be the one to give you this news. When you stepped out of the marriage, you destroy what normal looks like to your spouse. Yes, you did. It does not exist anymore. Are you serious? Do you know the trauma and the pain your spouse is going through? The mental, the emotional, the psychological, the spiritual, the physical trauma that person is dealing with? The impact of infidelity can alter or damage the brain as of a person who is suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. Research have shown that people that go through infidelity go through trauma, that the effect is as damaging as a person that is suffering from PTSD. A matter of fact, in most cases, they think they're similar in a lot of the patterns and behavior of the person. They can't sleep, they can't eat, they are depressed, low self-image, low self-esteem. The list goes on and on and on. Their entire world just came crumbling down. And all that is in the mind of the other spouse is, when can we get back to normal? Are you kidding me? What that person need to do is to sit their butt down and start looking for ways to fix themselves so that they can fix the problem they created. They are not in any position to make demands. What happened to you and the marriage moving forward is based on what the other person, the other spouse, is willing to do, what the offended is willing to do. It is up to them. It is not up to you. See, the quick "I am sorry" or "please forgive me" is not good enough. It may make the person who is apologizing feel better, but the hurting person, it can leave a feeling of disillusionment, frustration, anxiety, depression, loneliness, low self-image, low self-esteem, loss of appetite, sleepless nights. They are left to carry the disappointment and the scars while the other person get to move on. Time out. Not so fast. Slow your roll. This is not how it works. That's why it's important to go beyond "I am sorry" to amend a damaged relationship in a meaningful way. You must back up your words with action. I tell spouse all the time that your action must speak so loud that your spouse don't hear a word coming out of your mouth. Expressing genuine regret will mean a lot more if you provide measurable pathway to change and act on them. Your changed behavior will determine the next phase of the relationship. It will determine whether this relationship or marriage will survive, rebuilt, or it will finally be over. Apologizing to someone involves more than just saying "I am sorry." It is important to open up communication channel and listen to how you hurt the other person. Very important, guys. Once you have restored connection, the next step is to take action to make the situation better. Now, this can be done by taking responsibility for the harm that you has done and doing whatever is necessary to correct the wrong. Only then can you begin to restore the victim feelings of loneliness and feel worthy and have some sort of self-worth building back in their lives. I want to speak to the person who did the hurting. If you're the one that offended someone, start by asking, how can I make good beyond "I'm sorry"? Ask the person how they feel indemnity would best be made. For example, if you broke something, offer to buy something new. If you call a person out of their name, or you say something less than positive about them, now is the time to talk about their positive attributes. If you have taken money that was not yours, it's time to pay it back. It is time to give it back. If you were caught in an affair, now is the time to end it. If it happens on your job, you might have to leave that job and go find work somewhere else. You might have to change your phone number, block them from all social media, give your spouse access to your device. If that is what it takes to repair the damaged relationship, then that is what you are going to do. You will do whatever it takes. If you believe that it's worth fighting for. Now, here's some action plan to help you create a meaningful healing process when sorry is just not enough. Number one, make sense of what happened. Replay the incident in your mind and find clarity. Where did I go wrong? Why did this happen? Why did you do it? Number two, face your feelings. Good or bad, denying them will help no one. Number three, stand in the other person's shoes. Show empathy. You have to really try to understand why they feel hurt. If this had happened to you, how would you deal with it? What would you do? If you were in this place, in this position, how would you react? Number four, write down reason why it's important to fix it. The number one on that list should always be to find the worth in the relationship, to find worth in the marriage. Find what is worth fighting for. State why it is. Decide what it will take to make up for the damage that was done. Deep down, you probably already know. Start on a plan of action and get the help that you need. Maybe you need to get a counselor. You need to get a mentor. You need to get a spiritual advisor. Get therapy if you need to. You need to speak to this therapist. Go find one. Get the necessary help. Number five, make plan of action and implement your repentance. Yes, it can be difficult if the other person isn't speaking to you, so plan out your next move carefully and with respect. Listen, you have to be patient and consistent. Remember, you are not in any position to negotiate. Your job is to prove to them that this situation is not present anymore. It is over. It's going to take some time. It's going to take work. It's going to take change behavior. Number 6, do what you say you're going to do. Don't break a promise now. It will only make things worse. It will only get worse if you're constantly repeating those cycles. Say what you mean and mean what you say. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Number 7, be authentic and compassionate. Listen and really hear what the other person is going through. Number 8, learn from what happened. It means nothing if you don't take the lesson on board. Learn from it. Life is our greatest teacher. And if you made a mistake, learn from those mistakes and make sure that you don't make those mistakes again. Number 9, take time for forgiveness. Remember, sorry isn't always enough. Sometimes people need a bit of time. And not everyone is able to forgive and forget. It's just what it is. Be honest in telling the other person what you have learned from this experience. This can help you realize what you did and the lesson learned from it and the effectiveness that it provided to change how you view life and the experience that you have from it. Focus on what's ahead for both of you and don't relive what happens. Try to move on as much as you can. Even if you don't make up, even if the marriage doesn't salvage, even if you can't move on from it, at least you know that you will never allow the situation to happen to you again. What about when you are the one that's being hurt? Maybe now is a time for forgiveness. Maybe not. After all, if someone has made an effort, if they have gone beyond saying I am sorry to right their wrongs, it shows that they care enough to make the wrong right. It takes a lot of courage for someone to admit when they are wrong. Those that do realize that sorry on its own just isn't good enough. Forgiving someone who's earned a second chance may have more meaning and might even strengthen your connection. It might bring you closer together. Because of what they have experienced and what they have learned, they have changed and become a better person. I do believe sometimes infidelity does not have to end the marriage, especially if the person have proven themselves to change and now being a better person, a better version of their past. It often gives you a new perspective on life, considering using the following process as a pathway to resolution. Number 1, find clarity. Did the other person have a legitimate reason for acting the way they did, for doing what they did? If you know the other person well, you should know the difference between whether they are playing games with you or they intentionally trying to hurt you or it was by accident. Put yourself in their shoe. Would you do what they did? Did their action have any legitimacy whatsoever? Number 3, what has been done to move on? What apology or restitution have you received? Number 4, create a list of things you need from that person. You might need them to leave your life permanently, or you might require something simple, or maybe something hard. Ask yourself what this person needs to offer or what they need to do to rebuild the relationship. Remember, you are in position to negotiate what you need. You decide, not them. Number 5, what do you want from this situation? As the offended party, the way moving forward is not up to the offender. It is up to the offended. It's the person that is offended, the person that feeling the pain and the scars need to make that decision. Number 6, beyond apologies and restitution, what happens if you hold on to the hard feelings and the anger, the frustration, the disappointment? What happens if you hold that inside of you? You can never ever love and trust a person again if you hold on to it. Is it worth continuing this relationship? With all the pain and the scars that I've been through, can I fully recover and heal from it so that I can learn to love again? Can I repair my life? Can we both repair this damaged relationship? These are hard questions, but you have to consider them in order for you to move on from the situation. And remember, you are human. Don't ignore your feelings. They're yours. It happened to you. It's not a fairy tale. It's not a dream. It's your reality. And until you face them, you will never be healed from them. And allow yourself to take it personally. Yes, that's how you let it go. Remember that you're not the one that did the wrong. You have the right to take time to heal. You need your own space. It is not wrong to be connected to your emotions, your feelings. things really get difficult at times, talk to someone if you have to, reach out to a friend or reach out to a professional person, but you need to heal. You need to get better. So what is the important message here? Just saying sorry on its own is not enough. When you offend someone, when you hurt someone, you don't just damage someone else's self-worth, their self-image, their self-esteem. You also lost credibility. The positive light that they have about you is gone. You have to build that back. It creates conflicts and anger, frustration. So many different things is taking place when somebody lose trust in you or you lose trust in them. And that's why, guys, just saying sorry is not enough. Think about what you're doing. Think about how you're hurting the person that you profess to love. Think about the consequences for your actions. And so, guys, we've come to the end of this video. If there's anything that was said in this video that impacts you, that adds some sort of value to you, then please hit that like button. And if you feel the need to subscribe to our YouTube channel, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button also. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think. When sorry is just not good enough. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending the time on our channel, and I cannot wait to see you in the next one.